Hello students. This is the last video about geometry facts involving triangles, and before we actually get into the geometry fact we have to introduce you to a concept called the exterior angle of a triangle. So here we have a triangle, and what we've done is we've extended one of the sides out here, and this has formed a new angle, and that's called an exterior angle because exterior means on the outside. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at these two diagrams and work out the values of A and B from the given information. So starting with this one, those two angles together make a straight angle, which is equal to 180 degrees. So if that's 50 degrees, that has to be 180 minus 50 degrees, and we can say therefore A is 130 degrees. Now, similarly, we've got a triangle here. These three angles all add to 180. So 60 plus 50 is 110. 180 minus 110 is 70, and therefore B is 70 degrees. So I'll write those on the diagram. That's 130, and that's 70. And one thing I'd like you to notice is if you add these two angles together, you get 130 degrees, which is exactly the same as the exterior angle. Let's try it again with this diagram just here. So 40 plus something adds to 180. Well, therefore, A must be 140 degrees, since these add to 180. So that's 140. And those together add to 145. So therefore, angle B has to be 35 degrees. And I'll write that just in there. Now 35 plus 105, if we add those together, that adds to 140. And that's basically our geometry fact, that the sum of these two angles is going to be the same as the sum of the exterior angle. Now here's how we actually say that using more precise language. Okay, so geometry fact number 8. The exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So these are called the opposite angles because they're away from the exterior angle. And obviously they're called interior angles because they're inside the triangle. So let's show you how we can actually use that fact to find some missing angles or unknown angles. So for each triangle, find the value of X and E and give the coded reason. So here we have an exterior angle just there, and the geometry fact says the two opposite interior angles add together to give us the exterior angle, and therefore we can just say E must be 60 degrees plus 20 degrees. So E must be 80 degrees, and the way we write the coded reason for that, we draw the exterior angle and we draw the two opposite interior angles. Now once we know that E is 80 degrees, these have to add to 180, and therefore we can say X is 180, take away 80, and X must be 100 degrees. Okie doke, you have a go at the next one, please. Okay, students, let's see how you went on that one. So once again, we know that the exterior angle equals the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So I can say E equals 42 plus 65. And 40 plus 60 is 100. 2 plus 5 is 7. So E must be 107 degrees. And we know that that's true because the exterior angle of a triangle, that looks pretty bad. I'll see if I can erase that. And we'll try to draw that a little bit more neatly. Okay, the exterior, about the same. Exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the two opposite interior angles. And of course, these two angles have to add to 180, so we can say x must be 180 take 107, and that's going to be, let's see, 180 take 100 is 80, take another 7, x must be 73 degrees. Oh, and I probably should have put a coded reason down for this one as well, which is angles on a straight line add to 180. Okay, let's try some other questions using our new geometry fact. In fact, I want you to have a go at all four of these, and then once you've done that, then I'll go through the answers. So stop the video and have a go, please. Okay, let's see how you went. So with the first one, these two angles here have to add up to that one. So I can say W is therefore going to be 90 take 43, which means W is going to be 47. And the coded reason is the exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the two opposite interior angles. Okay, let's have a look at this one just here. Well, here we have an isosceles triangle. That means these two angles have to be equal. So if that's 132 degrees, I can find that angle. I'll call it angle A, and I can say angle A is 180 take 132. Well, 180 take 130 is 50. Take off another 2. That means A is 48 degrees. And that means that one must also be 48 degrees. Now, we know that these two angles add up to that one. So 48 plus M equals 132. So therefore, M has to be 132. Take away 48. Okay, 132. I'll take away 50 this time. 132 take away 50 is 82, but I've taken away a little bit too much, so I've got to add 2 back on, so that should make it 84. I better do a quick check. 40 plus 80 is 120. 8 plus 4 is 12. 120 plus 12 is 132. Yep, we're all good. So, give the coded reason. In fact, in this case, I probably have to give 2 coded reasons. The exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the two opposite interior angles, and I also use the fact that angles on a straight line add to 180. Okay, let's scroll down and have a look at these last 2 questions. Okay, so in this case, this one's fairly straightforward. The exterior angle equals the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So T plus 65 adds to 110, and therefore T is, 110 take 65, and therefore T is, well, 110 take 60 is 50, take off another 5 is 45 degrees, and we use the fact that the exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the two opposite interior angles. Okay, and the last one, once again, we've got an isosceles triangle, so the triangle's not drawn very well. It looks like these two sides are equal, but in fact, the opposite angles are those two. So therefore, that's also a K. So now we know that 2K equals 114. Divide both sides by 2, and K equals, well, half of 100 is 50. Half of 14 is 7, so therefore K must be 57 degrees. And we use two facts for that. We use the fact that base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. And we also use the fact that the exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So the exterior angle of a triangle theorem or fact is a little bit trickier than the others, but with practice it's not too bad. Okay, what we're going to look at next is another shape called a quadrilateral.